Hey guys, welcome back with a new beer dissection video. What I have today is from Nick and Dan's TapHouse Classics. It's called their 70 Schilling Scottish Ale. And it's coming in at 4.9% at 18 IBUs. It's on the can. This is coming from Baltimore, Maryland. I have done a what is style on Scotch ale. This is like in the world of Scottish ale. So you have light, heavy, export, and then strong, which is the Scotch ale. I'm going to try to tag this when I edit the video. So if you are interested in that, it's a whole what is style explained about the Schillings, because the Schilling, they got rid of that designation on the beer judge certification program because Schilling just meant how much a barrel of beer would cost. And it could be a Scotch ale, it could be an IPA, it could be whatever it may be. So I go into more of that detail there. This beer, as a Scotch ale, classically, the boil is very long. There's usually caramelization that occurs, kettle caramelization that occurs in the pot, or in the kettle, I should say. And I go into a lot more detail. So at the very end of this video, I may put in a little blurb, that little box that says, click on that if you want to learn a little bit more about Scotch ale or Scottish ale. But so there's, again, light, heavy, export, and then there's the wee heavy, okay, which is the strongest. And they go up in alcoholic content anywhere from like 2.5 to as high as, 6%. But this one is coming about 4.9. So this is probably a, export, It's probably not a wee heavy here. I'm at 70 Schilling. So again, but a lot of these places keep the Schilling designation because it's kind of kitschy these days. And there is a symbol for Schilling, which is like a hyphen and then like I think it's a backward slash that you would see. So anyway, let's take a look at this one. Again, Nick and Dan's TapHouse Classics, 70 Schilling Traditional Scottish Ale. Okay, and I'm just pouring into my regular tulip glass as I'm getting a gusher here in the glass. God, I'm hoping this is not infected because I got a ton of head when I just poured this thing out. Anyway, I'm just going to pause real quick. Sorry guys, as I broke away there, I had like a little bit of a gusher. I don't know if the can got shooken up in my refrigerator, or if it's just too warm, but no, it really isn't warm. It's been sitting out there. So anyway, I had to kind of pause it a little bit and get something to clean a few things up. So I'm going to take a look at this. The head is crazy. I'm hoping it's not infected because sometimes you get infection and it will produce like gushers in the cans and things like that because of the, Brettanomyces and things like that can just do that to it. But because this beer is cold, but I've had another can of this a few days ago and it was okay. So looking at it, I got a lot more head than I'd like, 2-3 inches, actually more like 3-4 inches of white, off-white head. The color of the beer is kind of giving me that amber to light copper color. Some decent amount of chill haze there and a little bit hazy, as far as just regular. Usually you want to see this a little bit clearer than this. I mean, I know, granted, I had a gusher here of a can, so maybe it stirred things up a little bit, but not great. So let's take a sniff of the aroma. All right, that's nice. I mean, you're dealing with toffee, nut, brown sugar, Maillard reaction, which you would expect for a beer like this, Scottish ale. Even like even dark fruit, I would even, beg to say. And it almost has like a smokiness to it. I don't think they're using peated malt, which peat in beer is just really not very pleasant. I did that once as a home brewer, and this one almost smells like a little smoky on there. This is not a rock beer. But you kind of get that caramel, toffee, nutty. This is going to be a malt forward beer with no doubt about it. Okay, guys? So anyway, cheers. Yeah. This is odd. You get that toffee, nutty, dark toast, dark fruit, but there's a sourness to it. I'm expecting this beer has been contaminated. Maybe acetobacter. There's a little sourness to it. I think this beer has had better days. Maybe it was not stored properly in the local beer store and or maybe the brewery. But there's definitely a degree of sourness to it. It's kind of medium bodied. I mean, now, I think I got an infected one. There's this degree of acidity, which you would not expect from this style of beer. Puckering, lemon-like, if you want to think of that. And it's screaming acetobacter, okay? Like, it's almost like Salvin. There is a little bit like a vinegar kind of taste to it. On the nose is not as bad. The nose, you still get that bread crust, caramel, toffee. But on the taste, I mean, it is kind of low to medium bodied. But yeah, there's a smoky Salvin, almost like acetobacter sourness that you're getting in this beer. And I'm very suspicious when I crack this thing over and before I pause the video, it's gushing all over the place. Sometimes when beers are contaminated, I don't know, at packaging possibly, maybe in the primary fermenter, I don't know. You get gushers. It produces a lot more gas and things like that. So I got to say, guys, this is not my favorite. I'm not going to even continue the video for much longer since it is kind of contaminated. It's not going to make me sick, but there's that sourness to it. So listen, overall drinkability, D, because I'll probably finish off this a little bit. Scotch ales, it's like an F. I really can't go much more that you have a beer that's contaminated, and I'm going to, if the brewers happen to see my video, I don't think they're on my page, but I would love them to reach out to me. But this beer from, what's it called? Nick and Dan's TapHouse, 70 Schilling Scottish Ale. Because I had a gusher here when I opened it up, and I know the beer was just brought to me about 5 days ago. And then I got the gusher coming out of here, and I'm tasting this tart, Salvin, almost like, and I've done the flavor spikes with the Beer Judge Certification Program and the Cicerone training, and this has that sourness to it, like it was infected with some type of acetobacter or some other bacteria. So anyway, guys, yeah, not good. I would, again, being nice, I think I would say like a D. But I got to give it an F. All right, guys, the beer dissection today, which was Nick and Dan's TapHouse Classics. To be fair, I'm sure if they have a TapHouse and you're actually drinking it fresh there, or you get another batch, this one doesn't even have a date stamped at the bottom, which is another problem because you don't really even know. But it may not be the brewery. It could be the actual local beer distributor and or the retail shop. All right, guys, to the next beer video, beer dissection video. Sorry about this bummer. This is like a DF beer, only because I'm pretty certain it's infected. See you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.